know I came through with the fuego. You know I came through. Hey, you know I came through. You know I came through with the fuego. You know I came through. Hey, you know I came through. Nowadays, I cannot lay low. I cannot lay low.
Class, so good afternoon. Welcome to our MMW subject or Mathematics in the Modern World subject. So for today's video lesson, I will teach you about Fibonacci sequence and golden ratio. So specifically class, for today's lesson, we will find the end term in a Fibonacci sequence, and then we will also find the sum in a Fibonacci sequence, and we will also learn about golden ratio. So, in a Fibonacci sequence class, the terms are obtained by adding two previous terms. It is defined by the formula f sub n equals f sub n minus 2 plus f sub n minus 1, where n is greater than 2. So, this formula class, the Fibonacci sequence, was named after the Italian mathematician Leonardo of Pisa, who was better known by his nickname Fibonacci. He is said to have discovered this sequence as he looked at how a hypothesized group of rabbits bred and reproduced. The problem involved having a single pair of rabbits and then finding out how many pairs of rabbits will be born in a year, with the assumption that a new pair of rabbits is born each month, and in this new pair in turn gives birth to additional pairs of rabbits beginning at 2 months after they were born. He noted that the set of numbers generated from this problem could be extended by getting the sum of the two previous terms. So starting with 0 and 1 and succeeding terms in the sequence can be generated by adding the two numbers that came before the term. Okay, so let's illustrate the sequence. So starting with 0 and then 1 and then another 1. So these are the starting pair of rabbits. So and then adding the previous term, 1 plus 1, so the next term is 2. And then adding the two previous term, 1 plus 2, the next term is 3. And then adding the two previous term, 2 plus 3, the next term is 5. And then 3 plus 5, so next term is 8. And then 5 plus 8, the next term is 13. And then 8 plus 13, the next term is 21. And then 13 plus 21, the next term is 34. And then 34 plus 21, the next term is 55. And so on. So the first term class, so let's change the color. So the first term is 1 and f sub 2 is also 1, and then f sub 3, and then f sub 4, f sub 5 is 5, and then f sub 6, f sub 7, f sub 8, f sub 9, and f sub 10, and so on. So, for example class, let us find f of 3. So, what is f of 3? F sub 3 is 2. So, another example, what is f of 5? So, f of 5 is 5. Another example, what is f of 9? F sub 9 rather. So f sub 9 is 34. So it is very easy to find the next term when we already generated the terms in our sequence. But what if class, sobrang laki na nung ini-evaluate natin. So, halimbawa, f of 99 or f of 56. Okay. So, paano yung gagawin natin kapag ganito siya, no? So, we can use the formula class for the n term. So, this formula, 1 plus square root of 5 raised to n minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to n over 2 raised to n times square root of 5. So, check natin class at dito sa terms na nakuha na natin. So, let's check it at at f of 6. Check natin. F sub 6. What is f sub 6 in our generated sequence? So, that's 8. So, a sub 6, okay? So, a sub 6, 1 plus square root of 5 raised to 6 minus 1 square root of 5 raised to 6 all over 2 raised to 6 times square root of 5. So, let's process it using calculator. So, use a scientific calculator class to compute this. So, raised to 6 minus 1 minus square root of 5. And so when you're using calculator, be very careful about the parentheses. Ayan. So when we use the calculator to check if the formula is valid, so we get a sub 6 is equal to 88. So we can use the formula to find f of 99. So let's compute f of 99. So a sub 99, so formula is 1 minus 1 plus square root of 5 raised to n, so 99 over, oops, here muna, minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to 99 over 2 raised to 99 times square root of 5. Okay, so let's calculate it. Okay, so 2.189 times 10 to the 20. Okay, so masyadong malaki, class. So, try natin yung f of 12. So, pag binalikan natin, class, ayan. So, balikan natin dito. So, dito, f of 11. So, add lang natin to. That's 89. Okay. Nakunin mo nga yung charger ko. And then, f of 12. So, add lang natin sa laptop. Add lang natin to. So, 4. So, 144. So, yung f of 12 natin is 144. So, use natin yung formula for us to validate. So, f of 12 or f sub 12 is 144. Ayan. So, let's substitute. Plus square root of 5 raised to 12 minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to 12 over 2 raised to 12 times square root of 5. Ayan. So, the obtained answer is letter A. The obtained answer is 144. Okay? Another example. So, let's find f of 18. Okay, let's substitute. 1 plus square root of 5 raised to 18 minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to 18 all over 2 raised to 18 times square root of 5. Okay, so the answer is 2584. Okay, class. So now we will find the sum of Fibonacci sequence. So let's have our sequence. So 0, 1, 1, 2, and then 3. So 2 plus 3, that's 5. And then 8, 13, 21, and then 34, and then 55, and then 89 and 144. Okay, so f sub 1, 2, 3, sub 4, f sub 5, sub 6, sub 7, sub 8, sub 9, f sub 10, f sub 11, and f sub 12. Okay, so if we will find the sum, class, for example, we will find the sum. So this formula, summation of f sub I from 1 to n, so we will use this, and that is equal to f sub n plus 2 minus 1. So for example, we will find the sum from f sub 1, so f sub 2 plus, let's say, until f sub 4. Okay, so manually, computin natin siya, class, hanggang dito sa 4. So 1 plus 1, 2, plus 2, that's 4, plus 3, that's 7, plus 5, hanggang dito lang sa 4, so 7. So let's validate the formula if we will get 7. If we'll get the sum of f sub 1 plus f sub 2 plus f sub 3 plus f sub 4. So let's use the formula of get f sub 4 from 1 to 4. So the formula is f sub n plus 2. So f sub 4 plus 2 minus 1. So that's f sub 6 minus 1. What is f sub 6, class? So that's 8 minus 1. So that is 7. Okay, so we get f sub 7. So kung ano yung na-obtain natin na sum manually. Okay, so this time, let's try another one. So, kunin natin si f sub 8. So, f sub 1 plus f sub 2 plus until f sub 8. So, manually, computin natin using a calculator. Okay, so from f sub 4, we have 7 plus 5 plus 8 plus 13 plus 21. So, the obtained sum is 54. So, now, this time, let's use the formula. So, F summation of, let's use the formula. So, summation of F sub 8 from 1 to 8. So, that's sub F sub n. So, that's 8 plus 2 minus 1. So, that's F sub 10 minus 1. Wherein our F sub 10 is 55 minus 1. And the answer is 54. Okay? So, let's try another one. So let's try the sum f sub 21. Okay, so let's use the formula. So the summation of the Fibonacci sequence in 21 term from 1 to 21. So f sub 21 plus 2 minus 1. So f sub 21 plus 2. So let's simplify it. That's f sub 23 minus 1. So in this case, class, we don't have the 23rd term. So we will use the formula for n term. Kunin muna natin siya. So f sub 23, kunin muna natin siya. So yung formula natin dun, class, is a sub n equals 1 plus square root of 5 raised to n minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to n all over 2 raised to n times square root of 5. So substituting 1 plus square root of 5 raised to 23 minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to 23 over 2 raised to 23 times square root of 5. So let's use our calculator to do that. So 1 plus square root of 5 raised to 23 minus 1 minus square root of 5 raised to 23 all over 2 raised to 23 times square root of 5. Okay, so the answer is 28657. That is f of 23. And so yung summation natin, class, kanina, so balikan natin. Ito, class, is f sub 23 minus 1. Okay? So, sulat lang natin dito, 28,657 minus 1. Ayan. So, the summation of f sub 23 from 1 to 20, f sub 21 rather, from I equals 21, from I equals 1 to 21. So f of 20, f sub 23 minus 1, that's 28,657 minus 1. So that's 28,657 56. Okay? And so, punta naman tayo, class, kay golden ratio. So, what is a golden ratio? So, sinasabi class na yung dalawang magkasunod na term sa Fibonacci sequence is yung limit niya ng ratio niya is lumalapit or approximately equal kay 1.618. So, halimbawa, yung first term natin is 1, then succeeding term is 1. So, ratio niya is 1. So, then yung next term na 2, tapos yung previous term niya na 1, so yung ratio daw is 2. Then 3, tapos 2, 3 over 2. So, ang ratio niya is 1.5. Then si 5 over 3, ang ratio niya is 1.667. So, si 8 over 5 is 1.6. Si 13 over 8 is 1.6250. Then, si 21 over 13 is 1.6154. And then, si 34 over 21 is 1.6190. Then, 55 over 34 is 1.6177. Then, si 89 over 55 is 1.6182. So, pag tinuloy-tuloy natin to class, lumalapit lang daw yung ratio niya sa number na to. So, which is equivalent to P, yung constant ratio natin sa golden ratio. Okay? So, let's have this problem as an application for golden ratio. So, if you have a wooden board that is 0.68 meters wide, how long should you cut it such that the golden ratio is observed? Use 1.618 as the value of golden ratio. So, suppose class, we have this cardboard and the width is 0.6 meters and length is x meters. So, how long we should cut it so that the golden ratio is observed? So, our working equation class is 1.618 equals x over 0.68 since length is greater than the width. So, in the golden ratio, a plus b over a is equal to 1.618. So, to find the value of x, we'll just multiply this equation by 0.68. So, x is 1.618 times 0.68. So, let's multiply it. Okay, and the answer is 1.1 meters. Okay, so we should cut the cardboard so that the golden ratio will be observed in 1.1 meters length. Okay, so that's all for today, class. So answer the exercises in our Google Classroom. So if you have learned something today, so just subscribe and hit the notification bell for our future video lessons.